This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Guys, welcome to the podcast. Interesting topic today. How many is too many, or how little is too little? What is the deal breaker when it comes to numbers of partners, Kate Ritchie?
You're going to talk about hamburgers or chicken nuggets.
No, that's different. Kate, can we have a drum roll? Kate's about to tell us what her stats are. Here we go. You saved it for the podcast, Kate.
There is absolutely no way I would be ever talking about.
Write down 380
like that?
Oh, my God. So you've kept it under 500.
180.
Oh, my God. That is...
Fat lady's
That's not
88.
enough. That's not enough for me. That's too small.
You know what? You shouldn't be even asking this question when you meet someone. How many people have you been with? It seems to come up quite a bit, but Rachel Bilson, you'll hear this in the podcast, she's got her own podcast and she's caused a bit of bloody trouble.
Well, she's asking the questions. No one else is brave enough to.
Tommy, what about your numbers? Because you've got two
15.
lists. One that they know about and one they don't know about.
Yeah, well, look.
One that you actually count, or...
I'd
Yeah,
love to know your number.
Oh, my God. One.
Tom.
Playing bricks and chatting to chicks.
I'm officially not here. Oh, no, I didn't do that.
Tom, a hand is not counted. You can't add that to the list. Enjoy the podcast.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It's those filler words that I think annoy people. It's like when you're halfway through a sentence and you throw in another word just to try and buy yourself more time. They call it a crutch word.
Oh, stalling.
Yeah, stalling. A list of words have come out and people are sick of hearing them. The number one is like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cut that out of our vocabulary at home because my daughter, she's 9 years old.
Like what?
And everything's like, and then this is like, and
Like.
she was like, and then they were like. I'm like, oh, we really try and say the sentence without like in it. It can be quite difficult.
We should do that on the show, Tommy. We did without umming and ahhing for a prize. Other words on the list are basically. So basically what you're saying...
Yeah, basically is a big one, isn't it?
Basically what you're saying, totally and actually...
Yeah. Is it just to
It's
put
filler.
a kind of emphasis on what you're saying?
It's like when you're having a conversation with someone.
It's like...
It's like when you're having a conversation. An example, Kate, would be when you're having a conversation with somebody and they're agreeing with what you say. And they'll say, correct. Or they'll say 100%. It's like, I know I do it, Jess. I know I do it. But it's one of those things where I don't know what got to the point where you couldn't just nod and I would assume that you were agreeing with me. Now you have to say 100%. Correct. That's correct. Like it's some sort of game show.
Well, it is. I mean, we all do it. You know, even when we get listeners on here, you've got to prove that you're still listening to them by saying, "Yep, still here."
But
yes,
you've learnt the skill, Fitzy, of not listening but still being able to say the correct words in
Yes.
order.
that's right.
That's the dance, isn't it? Literally is another one that's made the list.
Totally.
Literally.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. A lot of people say literally or they'll say literally.
Literally, I think is
Literally.
what younger people say.
But that's like saying batteries, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Batteries. Or
Do you say batteries or battery?
I say
Batteries.
batteries. Where are the batteries?
Yeah,
Hey, you guys got any AA batteries? Well, I don't know. I've got a couple of AA batteries if you want them.
that's so annoying. Would you say that to your kids in the house?
Someone that works on the team.
Oh,
Is it wrong to do this, Tom?
Oh no.
Well, I don't know
she
what
just-
you're going to say.
She always says new. Like the word is...
Oh no. You look at. Key's not happy with you, mate.
The word is new.
No.
But it's like...
Oh,
Hey,
you're
so-
outing people
so
on
she'll-
it does.
pronunciation
It does
today.
stand out like a sore thumb.
Thank you. So she'll come into the studio and go, hey,
Kate's backing it up
do you
now.
guys want to get Doja Cat on the show? She's got a new album.
Oh,
She doesn't
Well,
say
you just said album. You just said album wrong.
Yeah, you said album with an E.
That's an upbringing thing.
That's a Melbourne thing.
That's a Melbourne thing. So she's got a new song. Got a new song.
Well, it's still correct, isn't it?
No.
The other one, I don't know. Let's stop giving Key a hard time. And I think you might do it.
Is it bought and brought?
No. Oh, that one.
I always get that wrong.
Well, that is so basic. Worry. You say worry.
Worry.
You don't
Don't
say
worry
That's
about it. Don't
an
worry
Adelaide
about it.
thing.
It's a what?
It's an Adelaide thing.
Oh, is it?
Like gals. You say gals.
Yeah, you sound like Leighton Hewitt sometimes
Yes.
to me.
That's South
well,
Australia.
Yeah, he's from South Australia too.
Yeah.
We go for a swim in the pool.
In
or
the
you
pool.
go say pool.
The one that I have banned and I hate passionately
In the office or at home?
everywhere. Oh, at home, the kids have started doing it because it's American. Gotten.
Oh, that's not even a word.
It's not a word.
Isn't
so
it?
I just gotten home. No. I just got home.
And also, I mean, got generally is not a great word. Look how it's a very ugly word.
Very ugly word.
Got.
Or texted. Texted is wrong too, isn't it? Isn't it? You just text someone. You text someone.
Well, it's funny how we say the ATM machine.
Oh yeah.
ATM machine.
I say contact. You don't. I don't say.
What do you mean
texted.
contact?
I'll be in touch.
Yeah, but
or I was in touch with them, or I contacted
I'll
them.
reach out to them and then I'll circle back once I have the answer.
Totally.
Wanker. Which is another word I'm trying to ban at home.
Francesca's throwing it around like
she's 3.5 and
nobody's
she's
business.
calling
Anyone's
me
going to be
everywhere.
the ambassador for that word, mate. You can put your hand up. If you've been waiting to skip school holiday crowds for your next trip, now's your chance.
Take a sneaky weekender with whatif.com.
Just imagine all those empty beaches.
Book accommodation and more on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel? When I'm feeling a little bit down and I need to clear the head, I like to listen to Rachel Bilson's podcast, Broad Ideas, and then usually I'll go home, Kate, and I'll watch a bit of The View as well.
Which one's Rachel Wilson?
Was she on one of those television shows, the OC or the?
She was on the OC, yes.
Oh my goodness!
Got a photo
Kate.
for us, Tony?
Oh, well done,
Yes,
Kate.
she played Summer on the OC.
It's on.
She looks
our
a bit
resident
like-
OC fan.
Oh,
Yeah, what does she
massive.
look like,
Does
Kate?
she look like Selena Gomez? She's
a
like dark hair.
brunette. Yeah.
Oh, she's very attractive.
So she and Misha Barton were the sort of besties.
Yeah.
on the OC.
Right.
Tom also said as well that this podcast has been getting Rachel into a little bit of trouble. She got a role in a Disney show, Tom. that-
Yeah, she lost 2 jobs because she speaks too raunchily about
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
intimate
Oh,
life.
really?
Yeah.
So latest one, they were talking about deal breakers and
Yeah, deal breakers,
I didn't know
yeah.
what you were saying.
What, you're not into deal breakers? You've got to know about deal breakers.
she was talking to the people on the podcast and
Okay.
she said she would find it a little weird if a potential boyfriend didn't have experience in the bedroom. This is what she had to say.
This is gonna sound so like judgmental, but if a dude's like in his 40s and he's like, I've slept with like 4 women, but it all depends. Like
Yeah, it
maybe
depends on their
he's just-
history.
maybe he's been in like decade relationships. Totally
Right.
respectable,
But if he's single in his 40s and it's only 4,
and he's never been in the
then
long term.
Rachel thinks that's an issue.
Now, this is the question I want to ask. Is a deal breaker too many partners, or is the deal breaker not enough?
Would have work both ways. I
Very
would've-
good question to discuss.
13 24 10, give me a call, because I would Wouldn't
What
you
would
rather,
you rather?
I would rather someone who hasn't had much experience, to be honest with you. That, for me, I feel
Why?
feels-
I
balance
feel
out
like
your
you're
lack
being a
of-
bit judgy.
No,
if you've got
not-
more partners,
Is that-
then that
is
makes
that
you a
to-
certain kind of person.
No, for someone, no, I don't know. For some reason, I just would feel a lot, I don't know,
It's to balance
safer.
out your performance, I think. Would that be it?
Oh, you want to look
To
like the
balance.
hero? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but
if
see-
you know less than me, I'm fine with that.
But see, the ones that always pipe up straight away, and when you say how many partners have you been with, and they know the answer straight away, that is a real put off for me.
Would
It's
you
a
rather
massive
someone
put-off.
who just can't possibly remember?
But it's like even, Wilt Chamberlain and Enrique Iglesias.
Oh, my God.
When they
Gene
say that
Simmons.
they've slept with thousands of women, that is not a turn on at all.
No, can I just quickly ask about Rachel Bilson? Doesn't she have a famous partner? Isn't he an actor as well? Or did I
don't
make
know.
that up?
I don't know.
She used to be dating Hayden Christensen. I think they were married. Maybe they had a kid together, but I
which
don't
was
think they're
Darth
together
Vader.
anymore. Yes,
I
he was
read-
not her father.
I read an article the other day, if you want to talk about numbers and averages, that the average woman will have 11 partners
In her lifetime.
in her lifetime, and the average male will have 24.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because Whoopi Goldberg was talking about this on The View. I turned on The View straight away and I
course.
thought, what does Whoopi think about this?
Yeah, of course.
And Whoopi was talking about Rachel's podcast. This is what she had to say.
Men traditionally were taught to have many sexual partners. Men could go and do whatever they wanted to do, and women were not supposed to. Now that has been shifting, and young women have been bitching about, why are you telling me what I should be? So now this happening, and now you mad.
Now you
Classic Whoopi. But it's like, I want to know what the deal breaker is for someone if you go into a relationship. When you hear from that person that you're courting, is it because they've got too many partners or not enough partners?
Okay, that's the question. I don't think you should be asking, to be honest. My piece of advice to everybody is when you're very early on in a relationship, when you think you want to share everything, don't.
If I went on a date and I sat down and we had that conversation and she said, I think I'm at about 120.
What?
If the girl was to say, I think I'm about 120, my number is, I'd be thrown by that. I'd be a little bit, I'd be put off by that.
I think you need to challenge the way you think.
No.
Can we speak to Maddie in Penrith? What do you think, Mads?
Yeah, I'm torn on this one because at first I agreed with you, Fitz, but then I think that Kate's right and that you shouldn't be talking about it that early anyway.
Yeah.
But also, everyone lies.
Yeah, they do lie.
They do. No, but Maddie, I disagree. There's a lot of people out there that are quite proud of their history, I feel like. And when I see someone quite proud going, well, oh, God, at least 60 or 70, I go, this is a conquest for you.
Yeah, but I think that discussion may happen amongst friends. I really don't think it needs to happen with
Maddie,
the current partner.
Do you think if numbers are too low, that's also a put-off?
Yeah, if numbers are too low, I don't want to have to teach you everything, buddy.
What do you want?
Listen to you with a car full of kids.
Wouldn't the coaching be exciting, though? Wouldn't to coach be something of interest, Maddie?
Oh, maybe like 10 years ago, but not now.
Nah, you just want to get it over and done with, don't you, Maddie?
Have you actually been...
the job done, mate?
Kate, have you actually been asked by someone that you've been with about how many partners you've been with? What has been your reaction? I would love to know.
My answer or my reaction?
You don't have to tell us your answer, but how did you react to it?
Well, I don't think anyone ever asks how many, straight out.
You got a drum roll?
But there are a bit more. I'll tell you this time tomorrow, guys, along with my Michael Fassbender story.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk cricket, man. Australia got flogged last night. If you're waking up this morning, India absolutely annihilated us. We're not looking good. That's our first match. But I want to talk about Afghanistan because they're not known for their cricket, really, are they?
No.
They were playing Bangladesh. Bangladesh got up quite easy there, but... the Afghanistan tail ender, Mujib Ur-Rahman.
How's he go?
Well, he was coming in at the end. This is
12th man.
They don't really take cricket too seriously because Mujib got out to the centre and he was about to face his first ball and put his hand up and went, oh, wait up. What have I got? Oh, no, I'm so sorry. The commentators were confused and then they found out what happened.
Mujib's got something wrong. What's he done? He's brought the wrong bat out or he's brought... I don't know. He's done something wrong. He's forgotten his box. Well, that's a mistake. Any given time of the day, that should be the first thing that you put in your package.
Do you know, there's a story where I played cricket, suburban cricket. I mean, there's so many stories of... And the grade cricketer is a great... Those boys are very, very funny. But there's a story of a fast bowler coming in. Guy got hit in the box, the protector, and it split the box down the middle.
Yep, cracked it.
Yes, and the crack opened up, and something was caught in the crack.
So the member went through the crack?
It went through the crack, and then it got stuck in there and he couldn't get it off.
So you have to squeeze the box open
yes,
to get your Johnson out?
Yes.
Oh my God! You're lucky if it wasn't amputated. If it didn't guillotine it off,
would have cut it straight off.
My God!
It was squeezed.
You'd then have to shake it out the leg of your pants.
And was given out, which was elbow.
Don't some people wear two boxes?
No.
I know you wear two pairs of undies. Is that right?
Well, no,
you put your undies on, then you put your box on, then you put your other undies on.
No, you got to put your box in your undies. Yes, so it stays in there. So you've got support.
But you don't have it right on there, do you? Don't you have undies on?
No, it is touching you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, how's that?
So
is it touching? Yeah, it is.
That what you do,
MDG.
I do the two underwear.
Two undies.
Not out of cleanliness either, just out of comfort, because they're plastic and it can all get a bit sort of sweaty.
You have your own protector though, don't you? Or do you use the club one?
Well, no, you use your own. But when someone says, "Hey, can I
borrow your box?"
you don't want to say no, because that you're just sending a man out there to face the elements. But at the same time, you go, I don't want anything that's happening down there anywhere near what's happening down here.
The problem is, MDG, obviously you were inconsistent with wearing it because you've been hit before, and that's why you've got the odd-shaped avocado still hiding in your pants.
You know, when you make the mistake, and whatever this guy's name, Majid Jawad or whatever it is, he was right to stop the World Cup for 15 minutes to sort it out.
Because if he got hit,
it's a lifetime of
He's
pain.
an avocado. He's a very
He's
strange
not
fruit bowl.
kids, that's for sure.
Oh, my God.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Guys, let's talk about funerals, because when it happens, quite often you go along. One, you never know who's going to turn up, right? So you never knew how far that person had really reached or the impact that person might have had. And secondly, quite often in the eulogy, or once people finally go through the stuff that's in your house, you find out a lot more about them. One girl has decided to launch when her father had passed away. The thing was, a DNA test revealed years ago that she was actually the daughter, but the father had never acknowledged her. The father and the family never acknowledged her, and the friends knew nothing about her. So she turned up to the funeral with a flyer, a pamphlet, to let everybody know that that's my dad.
Oh, no.
The guy, who's this girl? What is this girl doing here? What are you handing out the little records? What do you call them when you go into the funeral?
Yeah, what's this? Okay. Is this where the wake is? Oh, what, free food? Where are we going?
That's a picture of my dad and I that I've put together in Photoshop, because that is my dad. Apparently the DNA test was true, but he just refused to acknowledge that this poor girl was his daughter.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff that you do find out about people. 13, 20, 14, if you want to get involved as well. And I just told you that my Uncle Ken got his best mate to read out his eulogy, and there was stuff in there that when he fought in the Vietnam War that nobody knew about. And one was when he dug a hole to sleep, so that, you know, they have to sleep down in these ditches so the shrapnel doesn't hit them if there is crossfire. And he got bitten by the world's most venomous centipede. He felt them crawling all on the inside of his shirt. He tried to get them out. They bit him twice, and he just went into this. He started hallucinating, and I thought he was going to die. It was the worst pain he's ever experienced in his life.
He then said, "I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here."
Lucky the Yanks were in the area, and they got him to safety. He went up on a chopper, and he was saved.
When my auntie passed away, my great aunt, she never had any children, although we thought. And then we went through her house and we found photos and all these baby clothes. So we still don't know where the baby went. Wow. Fascinating. Joseph in Seven Hills, what happened after the funeral?
So about 16 years ago, my pop passed away, and one of my aunties turned around and goes, well, he didn't fork out any money for me when I was an adult, so I'm not going to fork out any money at his funeral. And it just...
no. So it was
none of my aunties have spoken to that auntie since.
See, that's what you don't want to happen. You don't want a family to fall out after a funeral. You've lost one person, you don't need the rest.
So there was he known? Your other aunties defended him, Joseph, and they turned on her?
Yeah, so my mum and all that said, look, he wasn't the best of fathers, but he was still a father, and you know, it's what you do out of respect, I guess, but I don't know, funerals bring out true colours in people.
See, Joseph, I had a friend the other day who was putting together a will. That's a weird situation when you do that. Anyway, he decided to add a whole lot of stuff into the will that simply wasn't true. So he's written down a list of his mates' names, and he's written, you can have my silver spoon collection.
And he doesn't have one.
This. He doesn't have it. But he's hoping that when he dies, they're going to read out the will, and so-and-so is going to go, oh, Well, I'll have to find the silver spoon collection and go through everything looking for what's his. But doesn't have anything.
It's not there.
No, he's turned his will into a joke as well.
See, there's some there's skeletons in closets.
Oh,
it's
my
like
God.
Jimmy Savile over in the UK.
Well,
that's
that's
what really
different.
disappoints me. What he did his whole life.
Yeah.
And it didn't come out until he died. And I'm sort of like...
Should have happened when he was alive.
It should have happened when he was alive. He needed to pay for what the sins.
Imagine
you know?
if we were able to have a farewell or a funeral for somebody still alive so you could get all those skeletons out before the person had passed away. Next week on the show, the funeral for Tom Ivey.
See, I think our generation, let's be honest, I think our generation, the older generation never liked to talk about those things. If something went wrong in their lives, they always kept it to themselves. I think our generation, when we're in another 30, 40 years' time...
50 for me, yeah.
Yeah, and we're starting to slow down, I think if there are skeletons in our closet, you want to tell people and mend relationships.
All those kids you didn't know that you had come knocking at your door. Hello, what was your name?
Look, it was a great
Dad?
night in Koh Samui, let's just say that.
Is that you, Dad?
All I want to say, it was a great night at in Koh Phangan at the Full Moon concert.
I don't remember your mother, but I'm sure she was lovely.
Keep your calls coming. What did you find out about someone at the funeral? Nicola's given us a call from Cranbrook. We've been talking about what did you learn about someone at the funeral or after the funeral. Nicola, you got a story for us?
Yeah, so in year 10, my teacher actually passed away at school, and quite a few of us went to the funeral, and we learned that she was a belly dancer, and we're all in massive shock.
Okay, so was there a belly dancing community there, or did they just put a couple of photos on the screen?
I'm not actually sure. I think there might have been a few of them there, but she was a fairly large lady as well, had quite a
belly,
quirky personality, and so we were as year 10 students, we were all in absolute what the heck?
Do you know
How interesting.
We had a drama teacher who, at his best mate's bucks party, all of the boys were there, and he had to give up teaching after this. Okay. He was best man. Mm-hmm. They did a stacks on that went for minutes and minutes and minutes. Everybody stacked onto the groom.
Stacks on!
He couldn't breathe, and he passed away.
Oh, you're kidding me.
He couldn't breathe.
Wedding's off.
So they all got off him, and he was gone. They couldn't revive him.
Oh.
Imagine that at school, everybody was talking about it. How can that happen? How can you have a stacks on and stay under there for so long that he couldn't breathe?
And how do you turn up to the funeral for that? That's the horrible thing.
How do you tell the bride?
I mean, stacks on was meant to be fun back in my day.
Stacks on was dangerous, man.
Stacks
it was
on.
So dangerous.
Hey, get him down, stacks on.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I think there might be some high school students heading off to back to school today, freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
They got HSC exams are on now too, isn't it?
Well, not only that, a blanket ban on mobile phones has come
Hello, Moto.
to New South Wales public high schools today.
Is that a state rule?
Yes, it is. I think it was one of Chris, the Premier's election promises to bring it in across the state. Some high schools have already done it, but then it was to be brought in as a bit of a blanket ban as of term 4.
How do you play? I think every school is different as well. I think some schools you have to have it in your locker. Other schools, do you just put it into a giant basket and get it at the end of the day? But how do you police that?
I think you do. I think you're meant to bag it up like a pre-screening when we go to some sort of movie or TV show. That's coming out.
That's right, and it's embargoed.
Yeah, you have to put it in one of those sealed bags and then get it once you leave the cinema.
Your social life is embargoed until 3:30 this afternoon. I was watching, catching up on the latest movies. I think it was Spy Kids last night on the television, and they had a great system where they had like you were saying, the lock boxes. But it seems as though they have to either hand the phones in completely if you can't trust yourself. Because let's be honest, okay, I'm not going to use it, but it is there within reach. Or they are going to be stored in a locker, or you're right, they place them in a lockable pouch.
Right.
And then they can collect them before they leave the campus, wherever they are.
I didn't know this, but they have them hooked up to their laptops as well. Huey's got a laptop, so when he's working at school, if I send him a message, it'll pop up on his computer. so he can message me back.
Bit of fun to be had
And then I
there.
was a bit like, how do you...
But that's so distracting,
that?
don't you
That's
think?
the thing.
What if you're
I
sitting there?
agree.
It's 11:30 in the day. You're in science. You look around and go, "Hey, fellas, who's in for Uber Eats? I'm getting pizza." Super Supreme, put your hand up. What's going on, guys?
I'm glad that you're looking at the food angle on this.
And then I'm able to organise pizza for everybody on a Friday.
But you don't have
at
to.
school.
You don't have to organise pizza. Isn't there a canteen?
Yeah, but maybe you don't want that. Hey guys, I'm doing Nando's. Gather round.
Canteen. The food from a school canteen is always the best. When you could smell it coming down
Dim
the hallways.
Sims, mate.
Oh,
Although
Dim
our
Sims.
dim sims at a
Dim
school.
Sims
We
at school.
We didn't have dim
What?
sims, and we didn't even have real. I went to an agricultural school,
Ag school,
in
yeah.
Glenfield, and we didn't even have move or chocolate milk. We had milk with like a couple of squirts of chocolate syrup in it. That'd put you off the chocky milk.
Your lobster rolls at Scotch were awesome.
They weren't bad. We did nationality days, which was quite good. So they'd go, Wednesday, we've got Asia. So you go in there. I'll have the spring rolls. I'll have a couple of dim sims.
No way. You're having degustations on certain days.
Oh, hey, guys, Thursday, it's Italian. You
What about
little
on
beauty.
Greek Day? What did you have?
Oh, Greek, I would have the breads and the dips, a terra masalata and a gyros, and I would eat a lot of octopus. With a fair bit of ouzo as well.
I love a bit of
I
octopus.
just got a beef
so do I.
pie back in the day.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
we had.
I actually think, though, if there are students heading to school today freaking out about not having their phones, I think it might be the parents freaking out as well. Because let's remember, as much as we don't want the kids to be distracted, parents have probably fallen into a bit of a
Safety blanket.
a safety blanket of being able to, like you, or being able to contact your kids or say, okay, I'm not going to ask you now. I'll message you at recess and you can let me know if Dad's going to pick me up and blah, blah, blah. So I don't think it's just the kids being retrained.
I'll send Huey something, whether it's to do with a footy headline or something like that, and I send it to him. So at the end of the day, it gives him a bit of a lift. But then he's replying to me during school.
Yeah, do you want pizza? I'm about to order, Dad. It's on your credit card.
Back to food.
I'm on the Uber Eats
Remember
again.
what we said. This is another subject we don't tell Mummy about. Come on.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Excited about this. God, I didn't know Renee Bargh was in a love triangle. This is unbelievable. She is a Stan ambassador for Stan. She's here to talk about love triangle. Renee, welcome.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the show.
So are you in a love triangle yourself, or is this a show that we're watching here, Renee?
My life is so boring compared to this show. Actually, what's so good about this show is it makes you feel so good. I do have a great relationship anyway, and I'm very aware of that. Yeah. But watching this show makes me even more
Happy to
conscious
be in
of
that
how lucky I
relationship.
am to not be single, because it's grim out there, guys.
It's like when you go out for dinner. Whenever Lisa and I go out, we always look around and we think, what's going on that table? What's going on that table? And we think, oh, that's a first date. I'm so glad that's not me. I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, but can I need to jump in there when you're saying that when you go out to dinner now with Lisa.
You saying we've run out of conversation?
Well, I'm just saying that says a lot about your relationship, because if you are now going for dinner and talking about all of the other people at all of the other tables, she has nothing to say to you.
That's right.
That's not fair.
It is.
That is.
Does Lisa want to go on love triangle? We can organise it. Renee
If
can
that's
organise.
okay, Renee? That'd be awesome. So how does it work? Can you talk me through the show?
Okay, it's so great. They start off by texting each other, and the whole purpose of this is that we need to build deeper connections.
Right.
But I mean, that's just code for sexting, really.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what kids do these days.
Are you allowed to send photographs?
No.
Or so the texting point is that you're not kind of swiping left or right on photographs anymore. You are actually having to chat.
Exactly. No physical connection. You don't know what they look like. So it is all about that. And it cracks me up because there's this one guy on this season who is all about not wanting to be seen as an F-boy, and he wants to be taken seriously, but he ends up choosing the girl that literally just talks about sex in all her messages, and you're like, okay, this is where we're at.
Sicko.
But and it is crazy, and then they meet, and then they have to move into together straight away as soon as they've met.
It's for 6 weeks. So even if you don't like the person after the first few days, you've got to stay there, Renee.
You're stuck with them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I've been listening, and I actually heard one of the promos, and this guy, obviously, he does not like the woman that he's had to move in with. And I think he says something like, I have more connection with the producers I'm having to deal with.
Renee, did you ever go on any dating shows when you were younger?
No, I would be terrible.
Were you asked? Were you asked to do reality?
I was
Which
once,
one?
maybe. I'm not saying.
Brother.
Give
I-
it
no.
to me.
It was Big Brother.
Dancing with the Stars?
I did do Dancing with
Yes.
the
You
Stars.
did Dancing with the
that's a bit-
Stars,
and that's
yes.
not a dating
Okay.
show.
It's not Love Island, not the original. No.
It would have been The Bachelor.
It might have been, yeah. I thought about it, and honestly, like I was single in LA for a while,
Yeah.
and you get to a point where you're like, all right, but then you watch shows like this, and you're like,
Yeah.
What is the most awkward date you've been on in real life?
oh my goodness, that list is so long. I lived in Los Angeles for 10 years.
Oh, okay. Because you
Narrow
would
it
have had
down.
a lot of kind of movie types and art types hitting on you.
Yeah, look, there definitely was some
a
weird
weird-
ones, and I tried apps. Like I definitely
Raya?
went through. Yes, I was on Raya for a minute, which is a really interesting one.
Can you give us one face that popped up on Raya?
No, absolutely not.
But you can't talk about
Yes,
it.
you can.
Not on air.
Yeah, we'll talk about this.
Tell us about it,
Yeah, we'll talk
and then
about
you
it
can
off
leave
air.
the studio, and then we'll tell everybody who it was.
Okay. The Stan original dating series Love Triangle is streaming now only on Stan. Renee Bargh, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Renee.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let me sing that song.
All right, guys. It's pretty simple. You know how to play the game. I give you one word, you got to put it into a song, or the puppy gets it, all right?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Is everybody ready? You know you can't go out in the first round.
Yeah, no, I'm just never very good at this.
Ready, steady.
You told me you were on fire today. You said you were ready to go.
I mean for the week, generally,
Oh,
not
sorry.
for the game.
Well, the game should include the week.
We'll give you a couple of answers.
No, mate.
No, we
No,
won't.
mate.
Did you hear me just say that before? Don't show me. He said,
Yeah.
would you like
No,
one?
he
I
does
said,
it- he does it every
and
week.
I
I
said,
was
no,
offering you the
thanks.
chocolate smoothie that I
Oh,
just
is
made.
that what you meant when you
I'm not
said
going to
it?
offer you the answers. Here we go. The first word is night.
Dance the night.
Yep.
Night.
All night long.
Bang.
night.
Groot.
On a night like this.
On a
night like this. Day and night, Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi, we're all through. Well done, guys. That's how it works. It's very simple if you're playing along. Congratulations.
Yeah,
the first
mate.
official round.
You all right turning the page?
Yeah, just a bit.
Good luck, mate.
Pages are a bit slippery.
What?
Here we go, guys. The word is just.
Just a little bit.
Just a girl, no doubt.
Yes, MDG, correct.
I'm just a girl.
All of Justin Timberlake's?
No, not just in. Just.
Just the two of us.
Okay, Richie.
Just sleeping? Just...
Oh, just sleeping, Tommy. Can we Google if
Just
just sleeping
Sleeping.
as a song in
Just
any
Sleeping.
country
I
at
think
any
he's right.
time?
Ollie was playing charades with me in the booth.
Just Dance, guys. Lady Gaga. She was screaming.
Dance?
Yeah.
He was sleeping.
When you're just sleeping. Just the way you are.
Okay, I'm
Just,
out.
sorry, Ollie was giving you a clue with just a dream. So you thought just sleeping, he meant just a
Okay.
dream.
All right.
I think by now.
So close.
Stay out of it, Ollie.
Just so close.
Now
Kate
I'm out.
Ritchie, thanks for playing along. Okay. Tom, Matt, Ryan James. The word is sugar.
Pour some sugar on me.
Bang.
Sugar, sugar, baby bash.
Oh, yeah. Tom's in.
Maroon 5, Sugar.
And what? Nobody went watermelon sugar? Come on, guys. I thought that was going to be harder than it was. Well done, guys. Flying Ryan James. Quick from you.
Yeah.
Very quick off the blocks.
Who's pouring sugar on her who?
So true.
Pour some sugar on me. Motley Crue? Sugar on me.
Okay, guys. The word is worry.
Don't worry, be
don't-
happy. Yes!
MDG. Sorry. Yep, fits through. MDG.
Don't you worry, Charles.
Yeah.
Swing
Oh,
the
yes.
Charles, yes.
Matt de Groot.
Dean Lewis. Don't worry, it'll be all right.
It'll
be all right. Yeah.
Is it? I think it is.
Don't worry, it'll be all right. I don't know if worry is in the lead up to that chorus.
Don't
I think
worry.
it might be, Matt.
Don't worry, it'll be all right. Don't worry.
Let's go to Dean Lewis lyrics here,
Dean
Tom.
Lewis.
What have you got?
I mean, he's your best mate.
Yeah, well, that's
Bye,
cheating.
Matt.
MDG gone, doesn't know his best mate's lyrics. That's cool.
Okay.
See you, buddy.
Bye,
Tom-
Matt Damon.
Oh, Tom Fitzy, here we go. The word is smile.
Smile.
Oh, Smile by Lily Allen.
Yes, great song, Tommy.
Your smile. Joe Cocker Smile. There's Joe
You
Cocker.
Are So Beautiful.
You Are So Beautiful.
No.
There's Smile in there, isn't there?
I don't think there
Your
is.
beautiful
Makes you smile when you sing it.
Well, that's true, Kay Ritchie.
Smile.
Searching Ryan James. You got nothing at this stage.
When you smile, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing.
We get it. We get it, mate. Great news. You snuck in. Here we go. Tom, Ryan, the word is forget.
Forget.
Forget You, CeeLo Green.
Terrible song. What a crime. That
I
is
don't
a
even know
musical
that song.
You do, Kate. You've tried to forget it, and that's why your brain's looking after you.
Forget me. Forget you. Forget.
CeeLo Green.
I forget the answer.
Yeah, you have. Thomas Brian Ivy. We're ticking down. What
Thanks, guys.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.